Vodafone presents the pre-match.
With a population of 5.5 million, the Northern Lights can be seen from the country's Arctic Lapland province. That's right, ENCE are here, and the Northern Lights are ready to shine, but not if one Northern contender can make something happen there and put a stop to that train that is ENCE Esports, the Finnish esports organization from Finland. My name is Trey Saranthus. Welcome back, everybody. We got a second best of three coming your way, and I've got an analytical crew to die for. That's right, I've got Sponge and Ro2 here. No favorites at all, no favoritism, no bias, none of that. We're going to have a clear and concise, very balanced, very fair analyzation of what's going on here.
North's going to win 2-0.
Outstanding. All right, let's get into the... I'm kidding. Guys, we do have a best of three on our hands, and we do know the implications of this one. Both these teams, for what it's worth, have seen some ups and downs. Last year, ENCE really put some numbers on the board. North tried to find that identity again that we know that they can have, bringing in Katie in at least to take over the helms there where MSL left off. But now is a little bit different of a story. Now is the minor for the major.
Yeah, North feel like they've warmed into this tournament. What they saw from them yesterday was it was a much better showing in that regard. A point that came out yesterday from one of those stats websites was that Cadian is instrumental in their T-sides in finding opening kills and having an impact there. So look towards the in-game leader, the big man in the middle right there to get it done. And then obviously Valda, he is one of the highest rated players in the tournament right now. So those are some of the win conditions early for North.
Yeah, very much in a rebuild phase, you have to say. When Cadian was brought in from Ro2, new leadership, MSL taking out the throne finally in that lineup. So they definitely are a team that has good promise.
Yeah, and then we've got ENCE, and contrastingly, these guys started the tournament very hot in dominant fashion, and then it feels to me like they've cooled off a little bit yesterday, struggling. The biggest battle for these guys, at least in my mind, is having a closer, is having somebody step up and shut out these matches, because the fundamentals are there. It's just the lacking of experience, and they're building that with every tournament they go to, and really showing the individual prowess with the likes of Ariel and Alu, and even Sergey in the top 5 rated players in the tournament thus far.
And those fundamentals, the laurels that this Finnish esports organization rest on. Ro2, you could probably give us a little bit better insight than anyone else, I think, at this point. But just what does it mean to these guys to really get this far and then stamp on into that major?
I think in the big picture, obviously, like 3 years ago when we started this whole organization, basically, the goal was to build a Finnish Counter-Strike team that would be able to do that. And it's been a rocky road. But obviously, this team has been able to really heighten up the Finnish Counter-Strike once again to be formidable. We've managed to finally have a team that can actually compete on the world stage. So for these guys, I felt like yesterday, they felt really like loosened up to actually have won that Valiance game, because they really had to fight for it and felt like they were struggling for a little bit there. So I feel like they're probably going to be feeling fresh and not too much pressure right now, because they're in a good position.
I mean, the position is playing against the North, right? Yeah. So, I mean, right off the bat, you do have the veterancy. You do have that sort of experience over on the North side. And coming into this matchup today, is this something that could trouble them a little bit more, so to say, than the Valiant side of things did?
I feel like stylistically, this is going to be an easier approach for both sides, actually.
Right?
Yeah. Because both teams play a traditional way of Counter-Strike. It's not about making crazy individual plays. It's more about calm and calculated decision-making. So when both sides are playing by those rules, usually you are just more comfortable going into the matchup.
Sure. I definitely agree with that sentiment here. And I think, this is a map where, not a map, sorry, a best of three where North can have that chance to really take advantage of the fact that they are a little bit more experienced. But toe-to-toe, these guys are pretty even.
Well, toe-to-toe starts right here at the Veto, because it's time to find out which of the 3 maps are to be played, or at least 2 of them guaranteed. I can guarantee you that. Can't guarantee you 3. And I guess perhaps, where do we see this one going?
Ooh, ENCE love a bit of train.
Yes, and New could be North's map as well.
Yeah, I'm sure they'd be happy with that. Or maybe an Inferno has been something which they've been playing even when they had MSL on the team. It's a map that
depends on the rationale from North, really. Like when you're looking at like ENCE, for example, the numbers on Inferno haven't been great for ENCE in the big picture, but then seeing them how they played against Vindigo this tournament look a lot better. There we go. It's going to be that Inferno pick, so they do feel comfortable approaching that.
They get to start on the CT side, right, North on this first map coming into things. So if they're able to put up that brick wall that we saw in Nuke yesterday, it could be very positive signs. But going toe-to-toe in the realms of AWPing, right, Alu versus Cadian, they're 2 older names, I suppose. They're not like the fresh blood of these AWPers by any means. So that'll be an interesting duel to see how that one unfolds. But for me, it's going to be more about the players like X7. Can he be exploited at Ivy when they flip on over to that CT side? Because we saw a little bit of that by Valiance yesterday.
Well, you talk about the AWP in Cadian's hands. I mean, he's also got a much larger role in the big picture there. So that's something also to consider if you really think about it. Guys, I would love to chit-chat some more. I would love to talk about this just a little bit more, but I think you, and I, as well as you at home, are ready to get into the action. So without any further ado, let me just ask you guys where you stand on the first map, and then we'll go from there.
I'm going to make this a bit spicy, so I'm going to go with North.
Nice.
You don't even have to ask me, do you?
You know what? I'll say it. Easy for ENCE. There you have it. We're going to train yards. It's time to play the damn game. That's right, a best of 3 right here between North and ENCE, ready to kick it off. And you know what? There's 2 guys that are ready to bring all that to you, and that's going to be Hugo and Harry. Guys, take it away. Put us in the game, and let's get her done. There we go.
Yes, thank you very much, Trace. I'm personally still shaking from that last game. The adrenaline's still pumping. But we still have that much more Counter-Strike action to take a look at. North versus ENCE, and the winner of this best of 3 will be locking in that spot at the major, that coveted spot that all these teams are here grinding for.
Yeah, a huge game. Obviously, the loser going down to face Vitality for that second spot here. But this is, it's a real barn burner. 3 maps, Train, Inferno, Dust 2. I don't think we could have had a better veto for this. I think Nuke would have been an interesting one, considering how obviously North love to play that. But, I like this one. I think Inferno is going to be probably the most interesting. And I'd love to know where you're leaning, Harry. I'm personally jumping on the ENCE train myself.
I mean, I think there's a way that you can't not jump on the ENCE train, especially not when you have Nartino in your ear telling you all these great things about ENCE, how ready they are, how prepared.
Gun to your head, of course.
Yeah, there's that as well. That's a big somebody help. But obviously, we're getting ready to head on into this one, Hugo. And I mean, we just saw a grueling 3-map series. I'm hoping this one could try and stand up to that, try and live up to it. On paper, certainly looks like it can.
Yeah, we have some real talent in the server. I mean, especially let's talk about some of the players to look out for in this game. Right now, the top 3 players of this entire tournament are in the server. That being Valdi, Alu, and Aerial. Valdi sitting top in terms of stats, and he has had an unbelievable run so far here in Katowice. And I mean, we even saw Aerial on this map yesterday, Harry, just tearing people apart over on Train. So I'm excited to see a little bit more of that.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was going to bring up, right? Aerial, he's been having a damn right, just stellar performance within this ENCE roster. As you say, Alu up there with him. These 2 players both actually rated above the likes of ZywOo thus far at this event.
Although I imagine that not surely changed since that previous.
Yeah, I mean, you hope it has, right? But up until now, up until that previous game where maybe it all got called into question, they have been 2 of the top-rated players. As you said, the only other man who steals the top spot away is Valde, who's over on the side of North. So it really is the clash of the titans here in this server. Pissed around and away. North over on that CT side. Let's not forget, obviously, this is the map pick of ENCE, so North got to choose the side, rather. ENCE. Very fast play in towards this A bomb site. 3 players in through Ivy, and AZ's got his work cut out for him.
Yeah, but slow. Bomb going down, and North don't even want to contest it. They'll just fully wrap around. This is interesting. Taking a bit of a different approach, as they don't want to fight from the connector. It's Cadian flanking around Pop, but that is going to be covered right now by Sergey. And here's the wrap from the CT spawn with 4 players as well. Alu, great position to cut this off, and jumping shot from AZ. We know he's good with the pistols, but that is unbelievable. The trade from Aerial will keep things intact for ENCE as the bomb already starts to half tick. Sergey finds himself another kill, and at this point, North are going to need some quick frags if they want any chance of winning this round. There's a kit and a smoke on Kiebi, and he needs to jump on that bomb right about now, but he's low HP. The spam through the smoke from Alexia B, and Sergey will even finish him off. So looking a little unrealistic for North, and Sergey with a massive start to this map. 3 kills from him, defending the bomb and picking up the pistol for ENCE.
And getting off to a good start on their map pick as well, most notably over on that T side, gives you a chance to kind of hit the ground running, build up a bit of momentum. Over on the slightly tougher side. One of the things I'm looking forward to is the AWP duel between Alu and Cadian.
And Cadian actually played really, really well yesterday. He was on the top performance for North alongside Valde, having a lot of crucial rounds in their match to get them here in the upper bracket final.
Crazy thing about that was, if you recall, it was Cadian versus ZywOo on those AWPs, and Cadian actually was the top performer in the server and for North, constantly able to best ZywOo in those heads-up fights. Now, admittedly, that was after that kind of grueling game over on Nuke, if you recall. Yeah. And from the back of it, they didn't really look like the same team, certainly not the same looking ZywOo. So maybe not the best player to benchmark Cadian against just due to the circumstances, but if he can keep that up, return to the form we saw him hit just the other day, then they can give ENCE a run for their money, most definitely. This round though, 5 players stacked up over towards that A-bomb site. Now leaving, looking to try and do a little bit of damage. Aren't too keen on giving away money. Arlo is going hunting with this Mac-10, and obviously him being the AWP, any kill he can get is going to be worth its weight in gold when it comes to being allowed to pull that AWP out early on for the side of ENCE.
I do like this little stack though towards a spawn for North. Now I'm going to start to peer into the side to try and catch a few ENCE players, and with that spot going down, ENCE will fully know that this stack is going to be hit. Alu met with a lot of CTs, but hey, 2 kills, that's not too bad. Alexi B has also got an SMG to dive in for a little bit more. Just has to worry about that close cornered player. Valdi waiting for a knife. X7's run right past him, and Valdi's actually killed Alexi B in the process, but it won't matter too much. ENCE get away with a couple of guns. Valdi's finished off at the end of the day, and that will be that 2-0 start for ENCE. So North now coming in with the early buy. We do not have that AWP to note as well. Of course, we're going for the 3rd round CT buy after losing pistol. So North not going to have the money for everything they would have liked. Not full utility on all these players either, or even the kits to note. Not a single one bought up. Definitely could come back to haunt them, but let's see. Alu's on his own AWP into the first rifle round as well, so excited to see what North can do to shut that down. It's Alexa B to start things off with some aggression. Out through Olaf. Gade's here, and that's a great flashbang. Fully blinded. Alexa B didn't know what hit him. A truck. As Gade looks for a second kill, he may as well find it. It's ENCE rotating around towards the B site. A bit of a desperation play with their last 3 players. And Valdi, oh, look at this spot. This is not a common position, and they will not expect it. Death rains from above, and he'll find one. Sergey with a trade, but a 1-on-4 ahead of him. A little too much to ask for.
Ooh, has managed to isolate that fight with Cadian. Now pushing forward, AZ almost offers himself up. The trade's there, the defuse will come in, and North, yes, they cement their first on the board in this rifle round. Or carried forward by Gade. ENCE, do you manage to get the bomb down? You can see the distribution of cash is a little bit scary, but they can still field the buy here. Sergey can go ahead and drop weapons over X7, can make that decision to drop the AWP. So we will have 4 rifles in play. On the back of that, you imagine they do decide to go for it, try and keep the pressure on. You don't want to let North start to accrue too much money over here on the CT side. It's not too often we see the double AWP come out from this team, but they still can field it.
Alu even getting the AWP, that's going to cost him an extra rifle, so ENCE is still double deeging this one. Still dangerous, but not what they would have liked. Daisy, he's going to spot these players going deep into the pop dog. Now, the reason being is because Alu couldn't get out into main to actually cover them because of the early nades thrown by North. Deny him entry and allow AZ to get into position. Sergey spamming, bit of damage, but he'll lose his head through the wall, in fact. Now we have these T's up in T-Con ready to peek out to try and trade, but Gade's on the angle, and Alu, this is a difficult shot to hit when Gade's already scoped in. Going to slow peek this because he's already scoped in with his own AWP. And there it is. Kiebi comes from above and finds the kill instead. Now Gade's going to be tasked with another one, and he will find it. Great start to North in this round, not allowing ENCE to bounce back with their own reset with their rifles. It's 2 players left up now on the Finnish squad. And they need to try and do some damage, try and take some guns away from North. They've got the time for that, but winning this round? Surely unrealistic.
I mean, both these players just so far apart, going to struggle to trade off of one another. Gade continuing his good form, and X7 getting a little too well acquainted with that Molotov, and the noise made means Cadian sprays on through and is easily able to pick that up. North now tying that scoreline 2-2. No money for ENCE means that the Danes here can look to try and take an early lead over ENCE on their map pick. Big start from Gade here for North. Not usually the man that we kind of see stepping up or expect to see, topping the charts. But the fact that he is doing so well early is a bit of a worrying sign of the times, perhaps, for ENCE.
Yeah, This double AWP coming straight out and the boost in the connector. I like that as well. It's from the open side, so AZ can watch team aim while he gets boosted up instead of delaying his peak. Line up from Gade with 2, but it is only Glocks across the board here from ENCE, so there's only one frag coming through. 3-2 to North. They take the lead nice and early on. ENCE do have a buy to come back in with, though, and they can drop over the AWP, but it's a bit of a mess because X7 would have to go not only without head armor, but also without utility. And so they won't decide to do it. They'll just go for the flat rifles. Probably the better decision to make. You want those nades. We are already days. North still holding on to this double AWP. If ENCE are going to be able to get themselves onto the B site nice and early on, North would have a bit of a tough time retaking. So already set up outside that site with 3. The bomb's there as well. And Valde, a smoke to elude ENCE to maybe give them the illusion that he's pushing up, and in fact it's not an illusion, it is in fact a fact. Valde gone all the way up, he's going to get shot in the back after 1, and great trading from Alexia B will open up this B site. The Heaven player dead. It's AZ left to try and hold this off, and he does go ahead of the Molotov into another, ENCE blanketing this bomb site with fire as the plant comes in.
And this is where that double AWP and the retake is really going to start to hurt you. He will struggle to find much, and yeah, this is where that save call looks to come in. It's such a heavy investment from North. We know, and we've seen from KD, he's a big fan of taking the more passive approach. He likes to keep the money in good order, likes to have all the trimmings with his buy. So ENCE going to be able to pick up a 3rd. Fantastic stuff from Alexia B. By the way, that flick was nuts. You see his head's on a swivel, he pivots around and is able to somehow deal with Gade. You see the idea there between Valde and Gade. As you say, they throw that smoke down close. Valde tries to maneuver around it, only manages to get 1. He does drag the attention away from Gade over at upper. But Alexia B was just too fast for North.
Yeah, I don't think Valde expected them to kind of just forget about the smoke and walk past. I think he was expecting a lot more attention down the ramp due to that. And as a result, I think Gade was supposed to be the player to really step up there. But, you know, they were so focused on Gade's position. They were so ready for that possibility. Quick flash out from Ali to allow them to get into the A site. We've got this deep push up B halls again, but AZ through the smoke. Nice start off. It's actually from the connector rather. Kiev is going to get one from a player emerging through the smoke on E-Box, and now it is that B push. Gade overwhelmed and unable to keep this man advantage. Will lead ENCE into the B site. The leg, and finally finished up by AZ as well. That's just Sergey left. Molotov at that feet, but Sergey going to get the bomb plant in. Still 2 AWPs left for the retake. This is definitely doable, but Molotov on him as well. There's no smoke to put that out if he can get back up the ramp.
Yeah, just one way in which he could try and create some room for himself. A real chance. Does manage to pick off the first man. Pressure's on. No one flanking round. Does mean that had he isolated one more of those fights, there's a very real chance. AZ was only on 4 HP. He had the Molotov, as you pointed out. So even if he isn't able to survive, if you just drop that on the bomb, that would have been enough.
No! Oh! The gun! The AWP's dropped between the trains. Now he might not even get his gun. Oh, he just gets an AK. That AWP fell down the corner of the map. Maybe if you had a nade, you could force it out, but none left. That's awkward. That's a big gun lost.
Yeah, AZ wishing he had magnets for fingers. Sadly, that's, well, needless to say, not the case. It's going to be a 4th for North, regardless. And they actually won't make the decision to reinvest into that double AWP setup. Instead, just playing with the rifles. The AUG out in full force. We know how strong this can be. Alexia B's been able to get up and past AZ. The trade's going back and forth very quickly in this round, as it's a blistering pace set by ENCE as they try and secure this A bomb site. Gade is here, joined up by KD and over towards Ivy, now reinforced by Valde in connector. Valde and Gade looking to try and play off of one another. Maybe swinging a little too wide. He did spot the players down here towards this Ivy position, so I'm surprised at how much of an impact Sergey's having and seemingly going unchecked. Cadian, a 1v3 required. 2 players are tagged low, but with the AWP in hand, it's far from ideal.
Good play from ENCE to not just rush to pick up that bomb and try and get a plant in. They have so much time, so use it to your advantage. They hold strong. Look at them still waiting in the same positions they started this round in. Cadian, who's peering back in, does catch the first man. He knows Sergej was on Ivy. Oh, but the timing, he just looks away as Sergej finds the kill. 4 frags taken from the young Finnish player. 13-4 right now, only 8 rounds into the map. That's definitely a good sign of things to come. Now North, they may have reset ENCE in the previous round, but it's going to go both ways. They get hit with a bit of an economical curveball. $1,400 on the loss bonus, but it's still going to be a buy. They have plenty of money. Just means in the future they could be down on an eco if they lose the follow-up. I mean, it kind of goes both ways at this point. They do have that double AWP though. That's going to prohibit one of these players from getting dropped over. I assume that we would only have 1 AWP and therefore allowing for 4 rifles, but Gate's going to take a shotgun. So I can imagine we're going to see him in Pop Dog, maybe close B ramp. Doing a bit of an Oscar play style. One thing I will note as well is it's great to see how fast Alexi B consistently gets out into Olof in this map. We saw Gade earlier on challenging it, very aware of that factor. North need to stay on top of that because Alexi B likes to abuse his fast spawns to get out into that A site.
Oh, well, this time it's looking like it could just be a bit of a change of pace once more. Cadian going aggressive here, looking to try and use his AWP like a shotgun, and then Gade actually is armed with a shotgun down in Pop. Could look to try and lend a bit of a helping hand. This shot from Cadian. So hence we'll be counting their lucky stars that this man advantage wasn't taken early on. Smoke's gonna fall down at the ramp, and that will hold back these Finns for the time being. You can see X7 is elsewhere on this map, lining up smokes and flashes in towards this A-bomb site. That's to try and keep the attention of North here, keep these 3 players from rotating early, and it has worked. Valdet spotting these guys pouring into the site now, is able to drop the bomb and hops down. Cadian deals with Aerial as he manages to get behind Valdet. So ENCE, they've got no one left inside of the bomb site, and 1 by 1 the Finns are falling. Sergej and X7, the clutch is cooling. Sergej falls, and that leaves 1 man standing between North and another round here on their CT side, and this is a very big ask of X7. Might just elect to back off and hold on to this AWP.
Yeah, because we talked about it. The money tipping point for both teams. Whoever loses this round is going to be, well, out of pocket. So this AWP is going to make a very big difference when it comes to holding on to it. These last 5 rounds now being all different victors, very back and forth, which typically can hurt the CTs more than the Ts, but North have come out on top because they had a 3-round streak so early on in this map. His double AWP is held for yet another one and 2 orcs as well, so a very clean round from North, an important note. Now if you're ENCE, what do you really do here? I mean, the money's a bit skew if you could just go for 1 standard eco and have a little bit more in the next round, but there's always going to be some players that struggle, especially X7 who just saved the AWP and therefore didn't get that loss bonus. So really, wouldn't surprise me to just see a couple of rifles thrown over and give that AWP to Alu, try and get some opening kills.
Well, a couple of early things worth mentioning is that AZ might not be top in the charts in terms of kills right now. He's certainly having a good performance and is 5-1 in opening duels for his team.
Damn. I mean, that's just a testament to the amount of rounds that North have had a man advantage.
This time he's not able to continue padding that stat, building this legacy, at least not just yet. He does have this AWP situated, keeping an eye on main. Instead it's Gade to go ahead and find the opener. He drops Aerial, and this time around, ENCE, while they've usually been pretty keen at trading these, that trade can't come through. Ali knows that if he tries to go any further around that corner, he's opening himself up to a lot of angles, and with this double AWP set up from North, that is something he cannot afford to do. Does manage to get across. Alu really does have to do God's work here. Oh. If ENCE want to try and find an opener towards that A-bomb site. In the meantime, sneaky Kirby looking to try and slither on up through Ivy, get so much information from this. He's cleared out all of main, all of this portion of the A bombs that the rotations to be should look to come through any second now, and indeed they will. Valde holds his own with the first, and Cadian here to pluck these targets with the AWP at range.
Oh, that smoke confused Ali for a second there. Offset his aim a little bit because it bounced, and he misses the follow-up shot. That might cost ENCE the round. The flank is already in, and Kiebi's taken the kill. Ali down and North up with another round. 6-4 here on the CT side. Both AWPs held as well. North have been doing a very good job of keeping a lot of players alive on these rounds that they have won, despite them not necessarily being the most beneficial situations. Again, another retake with 2 AWPs. They get it done, and now the money, well, it's gone for ENCE. They've got to go for a standard eco, maybe a couple of deagles here as they give North away a 7th on the CT side, but it's not too bad at the moment. We are early days, and 4 rounds on the T side is a good start to the map. North definitely here to play though. Bit of attack timeout from ENCE as well. That will be running dry as we get back into things.
Worrying prospect for me right now is Sergey. He's gotten off to a just blistering start. Fantastic from him. It's the rest of the gang that we usually see stepping up around in that supporting cast. You think back to yesterday, one of the real defining players for ENCE across both maps was Aerial. He was the man always finding these openings, especially on train. Still yet to hit the ground running with the same furiosity as we saw the other day. Double Molly going to go ahead and heat things up for Alu. Ooh, yeah, this round looks to be another clean one for North. Just Alu and Aerial left standing. Not expecting too much from them. The real focus going to be on that buy that's coming up in this following round. They do have that 3-round loss bonus built on up, so they're going to have plenty to work with into the next. This one, any damage they can get is a little bonus. Gade gets a little bit timing, but it doesn't matter because he still managed one. Trade is there from Aerial. That's all he's going to be able to muster. So North up 7-4. And that was my big question mark. There is money for the AWP, and we know that Alu is someone who is more than willing to just don that glass cannon, so he's going to go ahead and do that.
A good sign, I think, is right now everyone on North seems confident and good individually, right? We have a couple of lax players on the ENCE side of things, and yes, they are 3 rounds behind. They are on the T side, but North just don't seem fearful to take these gunfights. Even look at Cadian at the end of that round, just chasing with the P250, making sure that last player could not grab the AUG. So it's a bit worrying, friends, if there's no weak spot that you can abuse on this side of North. Hazy's even on a bit of a different angle as well. It's going to be hard to predict that. He's got a spot towards T-Con. He can catch anyone that gets boosted on that plat. But he also gets to watch the pop dog from a bit of an off angle that won't usually be checked. However, it will be above the smokes if ENCE go for an execute. Right now, just establishing an early default. No commitment at all. They've not got yet control of Pop Dog. They've barely pressured Ivy with only one player there holding onto all of his nades. And Kiebi is going to push up a little bit. So X7 has to remain aware of that on the other side. There's the pressure in Pop Dog that will force Gade into the open. Kiebi's going all the way in, but it's a dink. 1 HP. You hate to see it.
Oh, you most definitely do. Kiebi going to be screeching to his teammates. He's lit down towards Ivy, but...
What's he's lit in Danish?
I don't know.
Well, he's finished off anyway. The nade lands from Cadian. X7 even got out of Ivy there. And now ENCE 30 seconds left. Back to the B site. Valde fully blinded and actually lets a man pass. He didn't realize that Sergey dropped and the flashbang came through, so there's a free kill. That bomb has made its way all the way down towards B as well, but it's yet to cross from the grey train. Finally, that coming through. Scary with no smoke, but it will be planted. And now Gate getting another frag opens up this retake.
Ooh, Alu, very, very quick. Cadian plays a game of peekaboo and he emerges victorious. It will just be AZ left standing. Spots the player inside of the bomb site, but too many bodies here. This flank round from Aerial looks to try and deny that AWP getting saved, and it will. So while the double AWP setup is available for North again here, they have to make that decision. Do they want the extra utility, the extra kits, or do they want to focus on bringing that double AWP back into play?
Yeah, it's only proven to be an issue on that B site, right? That's the only time where these orbs have not been too beneficial for North on those retakes. Other than that, when it comes to these A pushes, yeah, these double orbs are definitely a bit of a saving grace. So North have to make that decision. We've already got Cadian obviously going straight for his, but I don't know if there's a second. I think actually AZ did get one, so we might have that double orb once again. And no, actually it's 4 rifles, so probably the safe bet from North. You've got plenty of capable riflers. AZ's going to be absolutely fine on that M4. And North really have embraced the AUG meta on this map, more so than many other teams. 3 of them on the CT side into this round. As their tactical pause runs out, they'll be back into things. And starting to find their groove on this terrorist half, it seems.
Yeah, the opportunity to reset here, although it becomes a pretty big swing round. Neither team with really too much money, and that does become an issue if you're ENCE, because the idea of buying in the next is a tricky prospect, let alone having the AWP. There's a triple peek at B. AZ, Molotov'd out for Pop, makes the decision to take the fight, maybe trying to go off the element of surprise. Sadly for him, Alexabi did not seem too surprised. If anything, he seemed overjoyed that someone would offer themselves up the ladder like that.
Still a great reaction play though from ENCE. They spot 3 on B and they instantly burst down the pop dog and go for a fast A play with the bomb down. I mean, North can't even go for this one. So the triple B ramp peak is a cool idea to get yourself a pick, but you know, when you're playing against a pro team, they are just going to rotate instantly, so...
Well, you say that, right? But that's where that kill onto AZ becomes so much more important. If there's a player in Pop Dog who's able to actually delay that, buy some time for these rotations to come in, then it could have been a very, very different round. The only reason they're allowed to rotate so quickly into A, because the bomb was over towards that B bomb site, is the fact that they can rotate down through Pop Dog. So suddenly that push up the ladder from AZ is more than just giving away a man advantage. You've also allowed for that rotation to come in and somewhat shot yourself in the foot.
Definitely. Not going to be too happy about the outcome of that, but they do at least have 3 guns saved. 7-6, this T side is starting to get a little bit too hot to handle for North. But they do buy up here. A couple of limitations, but this is still decent. They have that AWP that has been a real make or break gun as well on this CT side. Only 1 player on B this time, and that is Cadian peeking down the ramp once again. Surely they won't do it again, ENCE. As the early peek comes through, and boy does it work. Anything you can do, we can do better. Double peek from ENCE, and they find the initial frag.
And so not keen on letting North get away with something like that twice in a row. Now Cadian full, and he's just going to have to try and lead his team to victory from beyond the grave. Easy just dodging that nade. ENCE looking to try and toy with control of Pop once more. AZ hasn't given up that he's here. They didn't hear the nade tag anyone either. Dodges that flash, now peeks on the back of it, but Alexabi, it's a very awkward angle for AZ to fight into. He has at least tagged him up, and that there is Gade dropping the bomb, finishing off what AZ started. Molotov into the pop, and a wraparound from Kjaerbye looking to come on in, but that relies on Valdet buying time. That's the bomb dropped. Kjaerbye running shoes on. Let's hope he's quiet as he tiptoes on in, and they've got no clue. Alu back turned. Kjaerbye biding his time in with 1, but Sergey trades. And ENCE tie this up 7-7. As we approach the last round of this first half, the money for North somewhat petering out. And the prospect of a decent buy in this round is really not there for them. Cadian can buy up a rifle, but he's going to be the only man graced with that. Rest down and onto the pistols. Gade going to be securing a FAMA. Certainly not ideal on these longer avenues that we find on trade. One upside is all that utility that they have been able to purchase as a result of going for these pistols. You can use that to try and narrow down some of these angles, deny Alu as much range with that AWP, close that gap. just as I say his name, he strikes and picks up the man advantage for ENCE.
Cadian's still close as well. He's trying to watch for this Olaf position, but ENCE is still taking their time despite this man advantage, not necessarily overstepping or over chasing, but there's the Warman coming in from Alexa B. That's going to be an early kill down through the pop dog. The Molotov forced AZ back into the hands of his own demise. Cadian's given away his position as well, and he is all that stands between ENCE and an 8th round on the half. And you know exactly where he is, and there's 4 players left up, so no chance for Cadian. 8 rounds on the half for ENCE. They definitely recover that from a strong start from North, and they will be leading heading into their CT side. Let's see if they can continue to dominate on their map pick after the break. ENCE are out to play here in the train yard. 8 rounds on their T side of the first map of this best of 3, and North now a little bit on that back foot, but let's see how they can recover as we head into number 2. Fast nades on the yard already going through, and North, they will be going for that A execute, it seems.
Actually, Ali's already been dinked down low, gooshed by the Glock. The bomb is over here towards B, and Sergey, I don't think he quite saw it. They've changed their mind. They're back towards Pop Dog. They're unsure. We're unsure. And damage done onto Aerial. He's going to go back and tries to take the fight. Will come up short. Valdet, double kill on the entry. AZ tapping down another. Alexa B joined up now by Sergey. Back-to-back brothers in arms, and that bomb dropped over at the sandwich. Alexa B, so many angles to keep an eye on, and while he does land a nice shot onto Gade, he would have needed 3 more to cement that round. So North finding the pistol here to kickstart this second half, as they throw ENCE into disarray.
Yeah, they may have forced those early rotates down towards B, but ENCE were 1 step ahead in terms of rotating back into that A site. The issue was that the full smoke execute from North kept them out of that connector, or at least kept them behind the bomb train. From that point, North were able to convert, and very heavy rifle buy into round number 2 as well, as ENCE are on that full eco. Looking for the 3rd round purchase here. Fast Ivy play from 3. With the bomb in tow as well. North are going to be creepy crawling their way up to this A site. ENCE, meanwhile, stacked up on B, but already beginning to rotate through that connector. So they're about to work out that this North push is coming right into their face. Cadian's going to be able to find the kill. Aerial getting dropped as well, and North guaranteeing their round here for number 9. They are, of course, waiting for that follow-up buy, so this is just a bit of a punch in the gut for ENCE. And they're just going to charge back into A. Gade on the other side, trying to overwhelm him. 1 kill coming through, but that'll be it. North take it fairly cleanly. Cadian not going to be able to upgrade that Mach 10. Actually, that's a shame as well, because he's a little bit of money off that orb. Luckily enough, Ali won't have the money for it either, so it's a bit of a stalemate in that sense. He can continue to run this SMG, and hey, North could even pull in a bit of a faster B approach into this round if need be, knowing that ENCE won't have the AWP on the 3rd round.
I think you might be right there, Hugo. They are showing their hand over here towards B early on. 4 players grouped up for North, and Val, they're looking to try and keep their attention on A. This is what we've come to expect. Gade already out from the heavens. As you say, there's the lack of the AWP on ENCE right now, so these AKs looking to try and do damage, but the bomb is the man to go aggressive. So with that, it's been dropped over here near the connector. AZ left inside of this B bomb site on his lonesome. Alu's wrapped around from behind, and now Val there thrust into a clutch situation. He's been the top performing player of the minor thus far, and he has succeeded in picking up the first man. Now just Alexa B left to contend with. Still sat pretty in that connector, and they know that he had the bomb. Valdes saw that. Valdes saw it indeed, and he's going to try and take the fight. He does have a Molotov. He could just elect to drop it, but he's going to try and close it out here and now, and he's going to regret it. Alexa B holding his own, holds down B, and cements a 9th round, the equalizer for ENCE.
That's ballsy from Valde to go for the kill instead of the guaranteed bomb plant, especially after that early damage, but you got to respect the attempt there. Unfortunately, yeah.
Well, one thing I was going to say is you know, I think in his mind, perhaps he's a little bit worried that he could try re-peeking into it in the event that he gets caught with the Molotov out. I think one thing he could have tried to do is maybe tried to drop the molly, fake rotate it back into the bomb site, see if they tried pushing through that smoke, through the Molotov rather. But also, he wanted to try and take the fight while he knew he'd done the damage. He had him down low and he knew where he was. So this round's a much faster start. We'll focus how this is being set up by North. It looked like they wanted to try and go for a fast A play. The issue you're going to have is Sergey somehow all up in the backline. He's gone aggressive at B, and that's netted this ENCE side a boatload of information. 3 players grouped up for the CTs inside of A.
Ooh, not convinced though. X7 had his back turned, and Valde's going to be able to take him down. Only 12 HP left on him as well. Surely could have been a free kill for X7, but caught by the timing of that push. Kiebi, he may catch his own timing as he sees a man close up towards the sandwich. Expecting the climb, and Alu's gone for it, but just a centimetre. Oh, how much off the top? Kiebi not going to be able to find him. He goes back round, but that's when Alu moves forward. This is so awkward. So Kiebi, instead of taking the guaranteed kill, waits for Alu to make a mistake, and there it is. Little does he know, shot in the back as Kiebi doubles down. And Sergey, maybe in the pop dog, but he's already been spotted. Swapped to the AK, smoke at his feet, but while he's trying to cut off that bomb from main, all he's done is hide his own line of sight. The Molotov does get the kill, but so does Cadian. So North, they will find the round after all, 10-9 on the T side. And ENCE with another tactical timeout as their money gets broken.
I tell you what, this is probably, you know, on a team basis, at least on this, it's probably one of the better performances we've seen from North thus far. Everyone's kind of showing up at a very crucial juncture for them, because let's not forget, these 2 teams are playing for that spot in the major challenger stage. That's what's on the line here, and a lion's share of $50,000 as well. That's obviously a nice little bonus thrown in. The perfect time for all the pieces of the puzzle to kind of start to fall into place for North here. One thing I think it is important to look at is the kill distribution, right? It's been very much a team effort. It isn't just the case, as we saw yesterday, where You know, Valde's been really the guy up at the top. Cadian's had a couple of strong games. Other than that, it's been a bit hit and miss as to who is that man stepping up alongside Valde within this team. I mean, this time around, from top to bottom, there's a kill difference of 3. Meanwhile, over on the side of ENCE, it's 15.
Oh, what?
Oh my... How did he manage that?
That is the most unbelievable flick I've seen in a while.
We know Arlo is a man who likes to go balls to the wall, but...
I think I heard Ro2 laugh.
Yeah, I did as well. I definitely heard that.
Oh, God. Nice shot. Nice shot. I mean, they may even win the round off the back of it. This was a half by friends. This was not much to play with, but eventually getting shut down by the rifles. A bit of a scary one. I didn't even know what happened in the rest of that round.
No, I was just so mind-blown. Like, how did he hit it? That was the fastest flick alive. Someone get make sure Arlo's okay. I'm worried he's just like severed his wrist. Oh, I don't think we get to sit on the replay, which is it's so devastating.
I'm sure we'll find that somewhere.
Yeah, it's going to be lying around.
Wow.
And I mean, now friends, okay, yeah, they lose that round, but they do make it expensive. Let's not forget that.
Oh.
Those nades are meaty. Sergey did have one as well. He chooses not to head towards A and throw it in. Had he, though, Kierby would have fallen, and you would have done a whole heap of damage to the rest of the squad. Somehow, Ali's making a lot of noise, but he's been allowed to sneak all the way up towards main. They've got no clue. And he's looking to try and do it again, but AZ catches him crossing. Ali loves going for these knives, doesn't he? He just loves a knife.
We saw it on Mirage yesterday, and it didn't work out, but that is just optimistic to a new level. I mean, you're running across the map. No, it's fine. You've got to go for it. It's a USP round. Give it a go.
Not only that, right? You imagine if he gets the knife kill, you know, you're looking at the AWP in the next round with Armor behind it. That's his thinking there. He can get the utility. They could even move into the double AWP setup if they would like. Knows that the odds are they're not going to win that round, even if he's able to get, you know, I think optimistically you could have said 2 kills from that sort of flank. That's really like a best case scenario, right? So he knows the knife. His flank isn't going to win in the round. He could have at least been a nice little cash injection. Tries to make it happen, and it doesn't.
Yeah. I like it when people do go for that. But either way, it's 12-9 right now for North. AWP is in for Cadian, and 2 of them friends. That's an awkward smoke. It's actually a flashbang, sorry. It looked accidental because Ariel was blind, but he flashed himself inside of the pop. I love it. Even confused me there. X7's on that secondary up down Ivy. He's had a bit of a rough game so far, so this will be the time for him to step up on this new weapon. Would be good to see with 2 players down Ivy. North, with the current positions, they can split the A site, or they can easily go into B and try and wrap CT with the 2 other players, or even come in on a late flank. But that bomb's going back towards main, so this will be the pop dog play. Or to start to set up utility to go for exactly that. Caden AZ fumbling around a little bit up here, but they will be able to get the smoke set up eventually. And with 1 man in the pop dog, they've got to get past that if they want to commit towards this site.
They're trying to flash and deal with Ariel over here at pop. AZ will land that shot on the drop, continuing his good form of being able to find these openers, find the advantages. Nice. X7. Collateral's there, but Kierby tanks the shot. Alexa B caught crossing out to E-Box, not anticipating that man from Pop Dog. Now it's Arlu. He's weak and wrist broken. Palm's likely sweaty as well. Starts to edge on round. There's only 13 seconds on the clock, so if he denies the bomb plant, Sergey's going to find it. And Arlu, he's going to wait for him to tap in the numbers. Finds that first man. Sergey denies the bomb plant, and there's no time. North, this round gets stripped away from them. And oh my word, what a fashion to do that in.
Sergey got 2 under the train. 2! That's unreal. And as a result, Alu doesn't even need to peek because they don't know he's there, so he can just wait for that bomb to get punched in once again. I'd love to see the replay of Sergey's perspective, getting both those kills underneath the train. But either way, regardless, it's a fantastic round from ENCE. And definitely not one that you can account for. Look at this from Sergey. Yeah, sure.
What even is that?
I never understand that. Like, that people are so good at hitting that shot.
I don't, yeah, I mean, not just once, but twice.
Not bad.
No, not bad one bit. Sergey is having an utterly fantastic game for ENCE right now. He's sitting top of the board, 25 kills to his name. Next nearest on his team is Alexa B on 15.
And that was such a crucial round as well, Harry. Not only would the money of ENCE be broken if they lost it and North would have been up to 13 rounds, but it's finally ENCE breaking the streak, slowing down the momentum of North on this T side that have just been unreal. ENCE's second round and a half, which certainly isn't a good sign, but it could be the start of something here with North's money on a tipping point. Gade on a pistol. KD's going to have that AWP once again, looking for the fast A pick, and he does get the leg to Alu. Not bad at all. Sergey spotting down on B. He is the solo player here. Nick 7 can't really challenge Ivy as well. He's not got the range, no longer on that AWP. So has to hope North haven't crept up, and for now they haven't, but Valde's in position to do so. Cadian going back in for second. He's not full just yet. And ENCE in the meantime, they only have 3 players on this A site. So rotation might be needed sooner rather than later. This push is gonna... What? Just moving a bit too early, I think. And also getting shot may have interrupted his aim somewhat. Now it's a pick given away. An aerial pushing into the pop dog. There's no one here, but that's great for him because it means he's gonna have an off angle to catch out these North players as they push through the T-Con.
Important thing to note, though, it is just flashbangs left for ENCE. So as this push comes through, they don't have any Molotovs, they don't have any smokes to try and delay it any further. They just have to get this done now and aim almost alone. There's Aerial, certainly not shy of that. Alexa B combines with him. They anticipate there's going to be a player hidden over here towards Pop Dog, and that is not the case. It's Valde, last man left standing. Down in Ivy. At this point in time, I don't even think he's going to really be looking to save, but you imagine... Actually, they are double eco anyway, so yeah, he's just going to hold on to this, look to try and take it with him into the next round. As he finds that, doesn't want to risk going down after time. Alexa B on this flank, that's the thing that could throw everything into chaos here for North.
Counter-terrorists win. Ooh. Oh, close wallbang there, not coming through that. 12 to 11, this has certainly been the catch-up from ENCE. 1 round away from equalizing the score, and with North having no money to play with, that may very well be the case. Now, you do have Valde on that saved AK, right? So he's certainly in a position to try and get these entry frags. The rest of his team, however, not really a supporting cast, only Glocks. A couple of smokes to go quickly into the A site, and Valde's hoping for the best. But that Alu's already posted on that AWP towards T-Con. Smoke is going to cut off his line of sight, so he will rotate because he's serving no purpose towards A with smokes in his face. And maybe the right call to make after all, because we still have these players outside of the B ramp. Cadian trying to make some noise in the pop dog that has been gifted away. North on eco and ENCE are aware, so they didn't want to fight up close. And that's why we do have them playing so far back, even for the retake on that B site. Nice to see them adjusting the setup. Keeping North on their toes as Valde looks for the opening kill. There it is. His teammate goes down behind him, but the one man with armor still stands, and that's important.
Yeah, Valde, as we've kind of been highlighting, he has been really the diamond in the rough for North. That pillar of consistency for them. Setting up for the B play. There is the smoke on Valde. That at least could either go down towards this connector or get thrown through the ramp. But as they're using their one bit of utility they have at this A bomb site, you are left scratching your head because Alu now given free reign with his AWP. Oh no, that was the connector smoke rather. So that goes in, and that there is going to send Alu back. He's forced into the bomb site, and Valde from up in the heavens is able to go ahead and dispatch him. Sergey on this wrap round from behind is going to be unnoticed right now, and no way of knowing that someone could have possibly gone this deep. But Valde, once more, making this saved AK work. He's in with his third kill, only on 2 HP, so surely there's no way he's able to get more done. But he's pulled it into the 1v1, and X7 on this AWP. It's a one-shot either way. He's got the Deke in hand, doesn't have a kit to work with, so he's got to get on this bomb quickly. He tries to, but Valde in with the ace. And my word, 1 AK carry forward. He saves it in the previous round. And he shows up with it, showing exactly why he is the highest rated player of the minor thus far.
That is unbelievable. And after the first fight up in T-Con, he was left on 23 points of health. He gets those next 3 kills, or 4 kills rather, on less than 30 HP. That's unreal from Valde. What a talent, what a star. And he may have just saved North in a really uncomfortable moment, Harry, because that was supposed to be a free round for ENCE with 4 clocks in play over on this T side. And as a result, losing that round to the solo man has broken the money of ENCE, has put them down in the dumpsters, while North take 13. This is just throwing the whole map into question for ENCE. Their pick.
And to let that happen versus 1 AK, just 1 man, doing the work of 5 men. Valde. What a showing from him it's been.
You don't see that every day.
No, you almost certainly do not. And for ENCE now, I mean, not only is their economy broken, but that is a round that you know that you should be picking up. That was your way to build back into this game, tie things up. From then on in, it's anybody's business on this map. Suddenly, you're ecoing into this one. North going to be finding a 14th unless something goes disastrously wrong, which with this 3-man presence over in main, maybe ENCE could manage something here. Sergey actually picking up AZ. Ooh. Over toward B, Kirby, I think he heard the footsteps. He's aware, but Alexa B is up through Pop Dog. And North, things were looking so good. You managed to get it done on what was borderline an eco. You cannot then get ecoed in the following round. AKs have been retrieved, and this little Finnish militia built up a ragtag squad of misfits. They've secured themselves armaments, and now they're looking to try and close out this round, a round that they had no business drawing this close. 5v3 in North, they've had an identity crisis. We've swapped sides as they take up position in CT, starting to push into this B bomb site. Sergey's in with his second. Valde's able to trade. It falls to him. And the AWP/IGL of Cadian in this 2-on-4.
Still winnable for North, but this is unreal from ENCE. The issue is they've only picked up 1 rifle. That Molotov going to cut off a rotation from the connector, and Alexaby gives away his position without finding a frag for it. That flash can allow the con peek to come through, but Cadian's already ducked down into CT. This bomb, half-ticked. No kit to play with as well. Valde's holding his own on the site, and there's the second kill. That might have just done it. Valde on 4. No way he's going to get back-to-back aces, and Alu denies him, so it's a 1-on-1 with no time for the bomb. North might have just won this on seconds alone. Cadian finishes it off. And try as they might, ENCE cannot eco North back. 4 kills is going to be all they can muster, but a damn nice try nonetheless. And let's talk about Valde, Harry.
Yeah, I think justifiably so. Yeah, he, I was just making sure he isn't like, you know, sat in Zywoo's seat. Maybe there's something there, but no, he's doing like a stellar job. Doesn't even begin to describe how well he's doing. I mean, previous round gets the job done with just an AK and armor. That one there, a round that North almost give up, which would have been so important because, you know, they would have been eco into this round. That could have been the way for ENCE back into the game, but Valde single-handedly almost saving the day. They needed a hero, and a hero they got. Heroic efforts. You don't want to be tricked by ENCE once more.
Oh, this is a nice push, and Cadian doesn't know either. They have no idea, so Aerial's in a great position to shut this down. Smoke is there, Aerial on the other side, and Alexaby's even found a kill, dropping the bomb by the E-box. Gage with a quick trade, but he's down to 24. It's actually easy to bail him out from the player on top of the train, so X7, the only player left up on A is that Ro2 comes out from Sergey, but he drops the bomb again, getting toppled over the map, as Valde is the last man standing, but oh, do you believe in this 1v2?
Oh, of course you believe. Valde's looking to try and cement his status as the #1 clutcher. Surely not. Surely not, Valde. You have to give them a chance. You have to give them a round eventually. You can't keep doing this to them. An X7, he will finally beat the beast. They're able to topple Valde, lock in a 12th, and with it, they've reset the economy of North. when he gets that first kill, you do start believing. You really do.
Yeah, I mean, even him before he gets the first kill, you're believing, Harry, especially after these last couple of rounds he's had. Unfortunately, not going to be able to win them all, and ENCE are still in this game in a big way, Harry, because they've bounced back. They've broken the cache of North. One single weapon past the pistols. That's Gade, who's also had a great match. Let's not let Valdi's completely overshadow the rest of his team. I mean, Gade has been holding his own at 21 kills in second place.
Yeah, I mean, once again, it's one of these things, right, where you take into account that Valdez had 10 of these kills across the last 3 rounds. Gade was actually the top performer in the team until we just had Valdez step on up. Gade has been the man creating a lot of space for this team, and then Valdez has been the one where in these 1vx scenarios, when all the pressure falls onto him, when this dust and smoke is cleared and, you know, the advantages that Gade gets them, the bomb plants that he allows them to get are over, it falls to Valde to then clutch out the round. These two right now doing so much work for North. Smoke falls over here at ramp, and that looks like it maybe was enough to deter North. They've actually decided no, they're just going to commit. Their heart was set on this B bomb site, and they've been pretty good at taking what they want. The only issue is Sergey's here, and he is also lights out right now, although lights are out as he now is thrust back to the depths from which he came. Oh, another flick, my goodness, he's been loving these today. Has Alu, Valde, Cadian left standing, 2v4, and a good chance for ENCE to find a 13th. Valde dropped, and now it is just Cadian in the hot seat. Has to try and lead by example, does Cadian, and players all around. They box him in, and that little trifecta of doom that Cadian found himself in the middle of is just too much to ask of him. 13-14, this is going down to the wire.
Yeah, we got a 30 rounder at least on our hands, I think, here, Harry. Especially with the money of North not in a good position. They've got to give away 14 rounds. They cannot force buy this. But at least they get the bomb plant to give them that little bit of extra boost coming into what will be round number 29. Big entry from Gade as well into that one. Opens up the bomb site, takes down the solo defender. But it wasn't going to be enough to convert the round for North. Not to be expected, though, with such limited investments. And it's the same story here. Not the full force, just the light buy. Alu on the AWP, he's going to be playing the connector once again. Sergey still on solo B. And it's not fearful of another one of those fast rushes, and even if they were, it's Sergey ready with a Molotov. North setting up very passive, hoping that ENCE waste a bit of their utility early on because they've got no nades to bait them out. Only one flashbang on Cadian. This is not around what you want to overinvest in. Nothing that can stop you from buying in the follow-up. That's what we're really waiting for here. So North just have to keep ENCE sweating.
Crucially for ENCE, they just need this round to be clean. They cannot afford a repeat of rounds prior where Valde was able to go ahead and get the job done with an AK, or even in some of these ecos where they've lost more players than they should. It's looking like they are going to keep it clean. That's not seeming like it's an issue here for ENCE. Looks like they might just sweep this one under the rug. At the range, asking a lot. Bombs dropped out in the open. There's no hope here for AZ. Ooh, okay. Oh, that is all. So, fancy shot to open up. Traded very, very promptly by Aerial. So many prying eyes looking over at main. You didn't think he could get anything done. But as you pointed out, Hugo, the focus for North was not that round there. It's this round here and now. Round 29. These two teams tied up 14-14. The pressure right now, I would say very much, is actually on North. It feels like it's somewhat ENCE's game to lose just because they've got the extra money. If they manage to pick this up and they go 15-14, there is nothing left for North in the next round. So this could very well decide the fate of this game.
30 rounds certainly will do it justice. I think this is only the first map of a potential 3 as well to see who will be making their way to the major. the first qualified EU team. Alu, he's watching for that boost up in main. He did spot Valdi on the jump, I think, there, but not going to be able to catch out the kill. So Alexa B moves in close. It's actually Valdi around the corner, waiting for contact to be made on Gaden. Oh no, the flashbang! It comes back to her ends! They fully blind themselves! And Gaden and Valdi combine for a kill apiece. North have opened up this A site with ease. And they back in may do some damage. And Gade's tagged down to 60, but we are going to need a hero for ENCE. A team known for their fundamentals just messed them up in what could be one of the worst ways possible in one of the most important rounds of this map.
Oh, most definitely. You mentioned that they need a hero. One man who has been that hero in this series has been Sergey. He's still up, he's still alive, but he's over here at B. So all the pressure now is going to fall onto Alu. Oh, maybe not. They've changed their mind. They've left that A-bomb site. They've got 4 players there. Gade opens that, and yeah, the bomb goes rotating back right now. Alu's bested straight away. He's knocked out of that round. Sergey and X7, they're just going to have to back off. ENCE having to play for overtime here. On their map pick, North arriving at map point first.
And I don't think North are even going to chase, because they barely got enough to buy themselves. They would love to take that AWP off the body of Alu, and I'm sure they will. That's down on the A site.
I think if you're North, it's definitely worth maybe sending just one guy to go hunting, only because the implication of taking away these guns has.
Yeah. But it's not looking like they're too hungry for now.
This means, though, heading in to round 30, we go the distance. We go all 30 rounds to decide the outcome of this game, whether we see overtime. Will it be North moving 1-0 up in this series? And the upside of it is this isn't going to come down to one team having to scramble a force buy together in the last. We get to see a full buy for ENCE. That's the silver lining. They made the decision to save, and as a result, they reap the benefits of that. They're allowed to move into a double AWP setup here. They have all the utility they could possibly need. Foregoing a little bit on X7 and Alu in favor of the double AWPs. North, physically everything they could possibly want over here on the T side. We get to see both teams fully bought up into this, the penultimate round.
Smoke already down the Ivy. That holds Valdi back. North putting pressure on very early in this round, not being as passive as typical because they want to force out this utility. They know ENCE don't have everything in terms of nades, and already they're starting to dwindle. X7 and Alu, none left. And even when it comes to smoke, there's one for the whole team. So North, smoke down to the left side of Ivy. Cadian trying to force the peak of X7. It won't come down. It's actually just deep to allow Cadian to hypothetically push up, but it's only hypothetical. He's already fallen back towards the T-Con. Sergey's still the solo B player, but he's very far passive. ENCE are willing to pay retake again. But look at this fast play into main. Gade's ready for it. There's no flashbang behind it this time, and that will not be the right call to make. Aerial gets domed. This aggression from ENCE has caught them out 2 rounds in a row, and now the smoke's getting set up over the A side. But X7, that's a shot through T-Con. That's into the head of Gade. Not something North can account for.
They needed a miracle, and that might be it. This bomb now heading over toward B up the ladder. Alexa B, missed shot from Cadian. That's the bomb dropped. Valda doing what he can elsewhere to try and reclaim this man advantage. Alexa B still down in Pop Dog. If he denies this bomb here and now, then this could be over, and they drop into him. ENCE should be taking us through to overtime unless Valda can do the impossible. 10 seconds, it doesn't look like there's any time, and all Alu has to do is hide. Alexa B gets it done in Pop Dog, and we are heading through to overtime here in map number 1.
Oh my god, and to think that's off the back of that shot through the wall from X7 as well. Just blindly in through main, killing Gade, avenging Aerial. And what a mess up the Pop Dog as well. I mean, you know, like Alexa B climbs up the ladder. We have obviously that straight up miss from Cadian. Alexa B able to get that frag in. And then as a result, North running out of the time. That is not a way you want to be going into overtime. Strats out the window. The past 30 rounds forgotten. The pressure really is on, if it wasn't already.
Yeah, I mean, we wiped that slate clean, and now that magic number that we are going to be looking for, of course. 19 rounds is the victor. Gonna try and attempt this run boost down towards Ivy. Cadian zooms by. X7 is there, now isn't keen on re-peeking it. Just smoke it off and drop back. They leave Valder in this portion of the map to try and take up that lurking role. They're gonna try and come in late. Usually whenever we see North run this, what they do is they like to kind of move in towards a B play, have a long wrap in through CT. That might change now that they've gotten rid of Aerial over here in Pop Dog. Never mind, does look like they want to try and do, as I said, Valder wrapping on round in through Ivy. The issue with this is you're relying on these 4 players inside this B bomb site winning their fights. If not, this round should be lost. And Alu is able to shut down the first man. That's the slowdown. Now Valder emerges. He's called that the A bomb site's clear, and that's because Alexa B is here. He went on this flank in through main, and Alexa B so close to finding more. AZ falls to his death. 25 seconds. This round is a shambles, and everything's going wrong. Kjaerbye trying to cross out in the open, and X7 does let him just drift on by. Valder currently sat now beneath the heavens, and Kjaerbye punching in the numbers. They will be able to get that bomb down, but very little time to set up these afterplants. The only man who's had time to get comfortable is Valder here. Kjaerbye having to take these fights inside of the bomb site, but he is able to find the first. Now they know where he is. The bait and switch as Valder emerges from his hidey hole, ducks up into the heavens, and X7, what feels like should be an impossible 1v2 is North 16-15. They managed to recover that round.
How the hell did they win that? Alexa B not only has the information, but gets a kill, forces AZ to fall to his death, and still North get away with that round. ENCE had all the information. Unbelievable. Fantastic play from Valdi again, being able to get into that A site, calling for that rotation as well. The full... and this map has been unbelievably entertaining, Harry. We've had wallbangs, we've had suicides, we've had everything. And we're not done just yet. 16-15 here for North. Double AWP on the CT side. Look at the fast pace as well. We've not seen this for a while, and maybe there's a reason, because Alu's already locked down the point man. Valdi getting picked apart. It's Gade on the trade to keep things alive for North, but Alexa B and X7 are still firing off on all cylinders. The smoke's down in the face of North, and they're not going to be able to trade right back right now. It's a 2-on-4, and we're only at 30 seconds into the round. We've got this late Ivy flank coming in with the bomb. The Gade has already caught out the rotation round from B.
Yeah, someone quickly pulls the emergency brakes because there's a couple of Finnish boys on the tracks now. It looks like they've picked up the pace once again. And this AWP on the back of Cadian was just spotted down in Ivy. Alu going to be taking up position in CT to keep an eye on it. Alexa B floating around between these portions of the map. They're not clued up into the fact that he has rotated away and in towards the B bomb site. Now the petty drops, and Ali does consider this to be an option. He's going to try and hold down at B, and Cadian, the clash of the AWPers here. Oh, Alu, here's the bomb plant, but it's going to go down. He has to check close right, and he's not going to. Alu picking it up, 16th locked in, and once more, North and ENCE continue to trade rounds blow for blow.
Yeah, keeping it as close as this entire map has been. Ali taking his time for the defuse because he wants that second AWP to be retrieved. There is one down on B, as we know. So Alexa B can grab that, and now ENCE at least don't have to worry about money going into this final round of the half. I say that. It's not perfect, but you can get drops over, so it won't be a problem. North, same story as well. It's always nice when teams split 1-1 in the first half, because it means everyone will be able to buy up for that final round of the half. Great recovery as well from North. Almost looked like they could have clutched it out with Cadian down on that B site despite being in an early 2-on-5, but it will be ENCE coming out on top with 16. Now the last round of this half. 4 players on A. Sergey again down towards that B site on his own, and he may be tested because North have very quickly established their control in the boxels. Now they will be setting up smokes to potentially take A site, but they've got to begin that by taking Pop Dog. Even to deny the B play flank, that shot lands very close. And if you're ENCE, you don't know how close you are to almost killing these North players. Cadian's looking away, he does not want to die. So windows being broken and smokes being thrown, but it is the B site after all. Sergej alone down here with only an M4. He does have utility. Molotov can go out. Aerial's already found a kill into the one lurking player of Valdi up in T-Con, so that's a great start for ENCE, and Sergej's just made it even better.
Second kill for Sergej before the trade is found, and that means 2v4 in the post plant for North. Alexa B, the first responder on the scene, is on this flank round, tagged by Cadian, but not quite finished off. And as the Danish AWP tries to peek back into the bomb site, he's greeted by Alu. Aerial mopping up the last man. Defuse comes in, and that means ENCE will be winning out this first half of overtime, 17-16.
Yeah, by the skin of their teeth as we head forward to the T side. But if you think back to that initial half, Harry, how strong were ENCE on their opening T half? They got 8 rounds to the 7 of North. This is their map pick. This is where they're going to be prepared. And with a round advantage heading into the first overtime, ENCE have got it all going for them. North have definitely got to pump themselves up. They need a flawless CT half here.
Yeah, they do. When you consider the close nature of this game and how it has been really a game of individual moments here and there that have shaped the outcome of it, this still feels very much like this could be either team's map to pick up. Over on the side of ENCE, you've got Sergej and Alexa B. Stellar stuff from them, both top in the charts within a couple of kills of one another, almost 30 kills each. And North, it's Valde and Gade stealing the attention away from the rest of the squad. Sergej already going to get naded down. Certainly not the man you want dragged to 50 HP off of the bat. Trying to assemble this boost at the B-bomb site, and Ali doesn't see anything from atop his fleshy perch. Gonna go ahead and hop on it down, and now you can see X7 and Alexa B looking to try and work this A main position just a little bit. Gade is there holding his smoke at the ready just to drop that and buy time, delay the push should it look to come through. And as this clock ticks on down, it's the number of smokes and Molotovs on North that makes me feel worried for ENCE here. They're going to try and leave this into the closing few seconds of the round, make this play happen, and there's still so much utility here on North to keep them at bay. That smoke falls, and really, they've got no choice to go through it. They're going to try, but that's the bomb dropped, and on the back of it, this round has all but fallen apart. There's 15 seconds. There's not even time to get a bomb plant at this point in time. North going to be picking this round up. Perhaps they actually start to run in with it. X7 might have made it possible, but he falls to Katie and believed that he had the frag. Not quite. North 17-17, all tied up.
That's so unfortunate for ENCE. The reason they took so long to get into T-Con is they maybe didn't want to allow North to have an idea of their map control, but they definitely weren't aware of the close position from Gade. That timed smoke was perfection. Because if ENCE were in T-Con, there's a very good chance that North could have gotten aggressive, could have flashed in, could have taken that map control, and that bomb would have been spotted, but ENCE try and play it slow, and as a result, it comes back to bite them. 17-17, the start for North has been found in this second half. 2 more needed from either roster here. 1 AWP per team. Alu already trying to pressure that B-bomb site, but no one here down on the ramp. Got Valdi playing upper. Yep, he's pushed down here again. We've seen him do this in regulation before with X7. This time, close to challenge. Re-smoke coming down will hold him back. Ooh, the spam landing in between both players, threading the needle as the boost comes in. Kiebi, little does he know, he just spotted a player, and now he does, taking the kill as well, right through the smoke. Now it's a desperation play down onto B for ENCE. They've got to go gun-ho into this bomb site. Aerial will get the entry, and AZ straight in with a trade, but he's giving away his position. He has to try and hold and buy time for his team. That is impossible, rather. Ali being able to hit that shot with the AWP leaves it into the 3-on-3, and that bomb yet to go down, but it doesn't seem to matter with Sergej getting aggressive and taking down Gade.
Man advantage up for ENCE in the post plant. Time also now the enemy of North. Everything seeming to turn against them in this round. Kjaerbye able to spot the feet of Sergej. Alexabean with a response. Does look to save this round for ENCE. You can see Alu just backing off the angle. Going to go ahead and take up position in the heavens. Kjaerbye spotted, and Alu can just go ahead and peek on into that. They bait him in. They spring the trap, and ENCE arriving at map point. Let's not forget, it was North to get to this juncture first. They were the ones sitting at map point here on the map pick of ENCE.
And now they're up against it, Harry. One more round needed for the Finns on their pick. Already quick smokes towards that A site. Aerial, he might go straight out, but the flashes will hold him back. Two players close on B for North. They switch things up. This B site's been a bit of a hassle, so Cadian's playing close with that AWP, but already forced off. Valdi expects them to be a little further than they are. ENCE really aren't in the box scores right now. X7 gets tagged somewhat, but it will still be that A execute. Smokes in the face of AZ. He's going to boost up Gade, and this could be such a strong position and such an unexpected one as well. Sergej's not ready for it. Keyman down on the side of ENCE, but the trade is there for Alexabean. It's a 4-on-4 with trades still going in. AZ's committed to the bomb site, and they have not gotten rid of him yet. He lines up two. It's Alu left up. The Finnish sniper in a 1-on-2.
They say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Alu pushing on in, and Cadian lines that up. So they might be right in that assumption. 18-18, all tied up once again. We're heading on through to another overtime, Hugo. This is the game that keeps on giving. Let's not forget, this is only the first map in this best-of-3 series. It's going to be a very long night if this continues. These two teams going blow for blow. They're at each other's throats. And it's just become such a messy affair at this point in time. The strat book, that's out the window.
And now the magic number we're going to be looking for is 22 as we head into the next half. And still on this T side, and we do have instantly a double ore purchase for North as well coming through. AZ going to be joining the likes of Cadian. Look at this from North. They showed this regulation. 3 players early towards this B site. Now, even if no one comes here for ENCE, North will be able to quick flank that pop dog after a few seconds, and that makes a hell of a lot of difference with ENCE trying to hit this A site. Gonna get stabbed in the back. The issue is it leaves A open for the taking, so ENCE are going to go right for it. They have no resistance. Kjaerbye could even flank Ivy as well, and AZ's watching the pop dog where only Sergej sits. Now this frag alone would have made all the difference, but AZ's not going to be able to find it. Now that pop dog flank not coming through for North, they'll safe rotate through the connector, and Kjaerbye has gone for the long flank. He is behind enemy lines, but ENCE should be somewhat aware. They had no resistance getting onto the A site, so flanks to be expected, but knowing is half the battle, and Kjaerbye's going to take down X7 to start things off in main.
Kjaerbye actually going to go on this very long rotation all the way back towards Ivy. While it takes time, it guarantees his safe passage. Molly down on the bomb from Alexabean buys that much more time. There is still a smoke on Gade, but that relies on these kills coming in. Sergej, good for one. In the blink of an eye, it's only him and Alu left standing, but someone has to get on this bomb. And Alu, he's gotten so close, but not quite close enough. Still, there's no time.
No kit.
Easy, the one man or one of 2 men without a kit, tries to be the man to stick the defuse, and it falls apart in amongst all the confusion, all the chaos. The man who gets on the bomb is kitless. And that'll be ENCE finding a round.
They had kits, Harry. They could have gotten on that bomb. They could have defused it, but you know, in the midst of all that madness, I'm sure one player just decided, I've got to stick it, I've got to get on it. We've got a 2-man advantage, we've got a 4v2, we've got a 4v1. We may as well go for it and we'll be fine, but miscounting the time, and by a big margin as well. He was only halfway through that defuse.
And yeah, this was a game where it really started off. We saw a lot of tactical diversity, and this is where, you know, when we reach these overtimes, you kind of see the strats do erode down a bit. It becomes a much more scrappy affair, and that sums up that last round nicely. This time, it's Cadian and Valdet to open up. Alexa's been given a lot of ground and somehow gets close, but Gade flicking down to him leaves Sergey and Alu in an attempted 2v4. They boost Alu up over here in pop. Gade's already fallen off the angle, knows that he doesn't have to expose himself to the remaining ENCE players. Cadian homing in his sights on that angle. Sergey left up in a 1 versus 4. He's got it all to do. 2 flashbangs and a Molotov at his disposal. Gade quick to shut him down, quick to pick up a 19th for North. And once again, this first half of the second overtime is split right down the middle.
And it may not be those, you know, 1v5s or those, you know, 4K on anti-ecos when you're down 3 players, but Gade has consistently been putting up kills every single round. He is side by side with Valde. 1 kill below, 34 on him, 35 on Valde. Unbelievable performance from both of them.
The key thing for me from Gade hasn't also just been, not only he's been finding these kills, but he's always been finding openers for the team. He's currently sitting 10-2 in opening duels. Wow. So he has just been such a nuisance. Time and time again, he's kickstarting these rounds for the North side, making ENCE have to fight tooth and nail to get back into them. You can see the effect, by the way, of no one surviving in that round that ENCE do manage to win and everyone falling in the round prior. This buy is dismal indeed, considering this is overtime. Valde going to go ahead and drop Alexa V. Trade is found. Kjaerbye doing what he can inside of the bomb site, and the North defense looking almost impenetrable here. X7 giving it his best shot. But the wrap round from Cadian could throw this whole round into disarray.
It's just about the timing of it, because he's not committed to the drop-down pop. He's going all the way. So ENCE, they've got a bit of time where they're in a 2-on-2 on the bomb site. If anything, a 2-on-1, because Kjaerbye still pushed down Ivy, so AZ just needs to hide. He doesn't need to commit to a duel here while his teammates get into position. Kjaerbye's actually going to join Cadian as well, so this is a huge double flank from North. They will be giving away the bomb site and therefore the bomb plant, but the surprise factor is this flank. Cadian's not even going for it. He's waiting for them to get the bomb down. He's begging them to plant that. As he now spots that first player, the scope will not be heard. They're too far away. AZ can even try and get a wallbang underneath the train if they do attempt this plant. And now Cadian going to show his hand. Surprise! It's going to be a free frag to X7 and 10 seconds left up. Sergey is not ready for that. And that will be North taking the advantage going into the second half of overtime number 2. Very intelligent play from North. And you can see ENCE were not expecting it. They were just wondering, why is the A site so free?
Yeah, and the old saying, if something seems too good to be true, it probably is. That's how ENCE go ahead and throw that last round away. North sitting with that 1 round advantage. Of course, as you say, the magic number we're looking for, Hugo, 22 rounds. North now just sitting 2 from it. That means ENCE have to go flawless here on their CT side half if they want to pick up their map pick. Pressure's definitely on. This one still even feels like there's more fuel in the fire. I feel like it's not going to be till we see a team go flawless in one of these first halves that we even find ourselves a victor. Both teams so hungry for the win. So hungry to show and prove themselves here at the minor, locking in a spot at the major if they do manage to pick up the win at this best-of-3 series. Oh, Alu boosting himself up on top of the bomb trade. That's a filthy little angle as he's already secured an early man advantage for ENCE. Definitely the start they needed.
Yeah, and to take down Gade as well. As you said it yourself, the man who has been finding these opening kills for North on both halves. So that's going to shut things down. That's going to hurt North as they charge into this B site. Sergey close, they line up, but he only gets a dink. It's X7 to drop Valde as he wraps in through the Ivy. He's been doing this a lot, so ENCE are 1 step ahead as they head into this retake a man up. Lots of help as well. Katie is still tagged, but look how aggressive these T's are, maybe to their own demise. Aerial catches AZ. Kjaerbye still trying to keep up the pressure as he knows his teammate is so low, but Aerial is not missing a beat or a shot for that matter. Cadian runs back, but there's a flank already employed, and Alexa B on his 30th kill will shut him down. 20-20 is the score. And we are not done just yet, Harry. Tied up once again. This game is never ending. No one wants to let their foot off the gas as we head into the last 2 rounds of this overtime. 22 is the score to get that victory, to remind those unaware.
And I do like you specified this overtime because I, like you, do think that we're not done with the overtimes yet. I still feel like these pesky Danes have that much more fuel in them. And the ENCE guys, that hunger, the need to pick up the win on their map as well, is spurring them forward as they just trade rounds blow for blow time and time again. Cadian fully flashed. Gets lost in the chaos. Auto sniper out for X7 as he just chips him down.
He's looking for a bit of a repeat round as well, wall banging into T-Con. I mean, if there was ever a time to pull this gun out, this is the time.
Yeah, I believe Chris and the Doom Hammer last time we saw one of these busted out on this map. North going to try and find some respite inside of B. There is only one man here in the form of Sergey, but he is hit with the force of 1,000 suns. This time around, he's actually playing very passively back. It's a retake setup for the B bomb site, and the smoke's now raining in. Do cordon offense for the time being. Valde burning in that Molotov is dealt with. The rest of North have gone aggressive, but they might come to regret that decision as one by one they fall, and now it's Gade thrust into an impossible clutch.
Surely not doable, but there's no smoke for that bomb, and the more it ticks, the more chance he gets. He has a Molotov. First kill to X7, and a chance to throw it on as well. He has to peek wide because it's not a default plant, but it may force Alexi B off the defuse. He's sticking it. He may go down with it, and there was so little time left. Gade may have just won the round alone. They can't defuse this bomb. The cover is still there from Alu, and he's just hit the shot in time. The defuse is there. It looked like it was impossible, but ENCE do get out with it, 21-20. Boy, oh boy, is this going the distance. We still have money for North. And a valiant attempt from Gade. 37 kills on him, top of the entire server, but not enough.
That would have been devastating had ENCE lost that round. If you're 100 HP, you can stick a bomb and a Molotov if it pops as you start defusing, right? And obviously, Alexi B, I believe it was, who was on the bomb. He was brought down just a tiny bit beneath the hundreds. He figures, you know, I've already hit E just before this molly goes off, so I should be fine. And it comes down to the last millisecond. He falls. Luckily enough, Alu and Co are able to pick up the pieces, and now you're right. Map point for ENCE, push down towards Ivy, and X7 already forced off the angle.
There was a wallbang there to Kiebi as well, in through T main, through this concrete, through the bricks. So already early damage taken at no risk to ENCE. But North looking for a recovery round, looking to bring this to a third overtime. And, oh, the nade. Kiebi thanks his lucky stars, down to 1 HP. That is not the way you want to start a round. Kiebi hasn't even seen a player yet, and he's lost 99 health, so things are not going swimmingly for him.
Ooh, very close there. Doesn't lead to much. North. Ooh, everywhere they go, this auto sniper's following them. Creeping up over in Ivy, slowly but surely pushing forward. It's the timer that becomes cause for concern for North. This is the round that could mean ENCE pick this up, or we head on through to another OT, and it's going to be a last-second explosion from North. 20 seconds, X7 opens up, Alexi B, another Kiebi. Manages the trade, but it's the auto sniper of X7 that might have just sealed their fate. Kiebi bought low earlier on, and ENCE, it will be them to finally close out their map pick. 22-20. 42 rounds required to get the job done, but the Finns move 1-0 up in this series. Coming up next, Inferno, the map pick of North. Is it going to be another close match, or will we see that third map come on up? Find out after the break.